The most important question I ever got was, what is your legacy? Not a material legacy, but if life stops here, how do you want to be remembered? What is that energy? How do people see you? This podcast series is a result of that question, what is my legacy? A phoenix is burning itself on a funeral pyre and rising from the ashes with renewed youth to live through another cycle. This fertile ash is filled with phoenix frequencies of compassion, love, forgiveness, intuition, wisdom, generosity, resilience, creativity, an evolution and involution. I've been in the ashes. I give voice to my phoenix. I share how I pioneer with ease. That's a lifestyle, a choice. I'm Nienke van Bezooien, and I welcome you to listen and invite you to rise. Welcome to the Phoenix Frequencies. As I'm recording this episode, wildfires are going around in Europe. 4 times the size of Paris is already destroyed in the southwest. Areas in Spain where farmers used to look after the country and the land got abandoned. People went to the cities or just focused on very large farms to have more productivity. But the abandoned areas where no one looked after nature any longer are destroyed. So what to do? There's lack of water, there's lack of manpower. But one story really stood out to me. In Spain, there was an area of a nature preserve, and the farmer who had to look after the animals, mainly bison, had to leave. It was no longer safe to stay. He couldn't take his animals with him, nor protect them. Lack of manpower, lack of water. Desperate, he did the last thing he felt he could do, hoping for the best. He opened the gates of the area of the nature preserve and left. When the government allowed him to go back after a day or two to see how the land and the animals were, he only could see the inferno, what had been around, everything black, everything destroyed, until he reached the area where he could see there was one space in the whole landscape of black, yellowish and fresh, even green. When he looked closer, he saw what had happened. The animals, the bisons, looked for an area, searched, and based on their instinct, the bison started to eat, to graze an area of grass away in a fine circle around the herd, where the fire couldn't jump over it. They ate enough to stay safe in a circle around the herd. It looks like a miracle, but in fact, these bisons just listened to what was needed to do. They didn't think like humans. They followed what their instinct told them from long, long ago and just acted upon that. Without reasoning, just doing. Grazing, eating, saving. The farmer reached out to the news and said these bisons were the best firemen in whole Spain, and shared this story so humans can learn from it how to protect areas. And of course, we know we can create safe borders and safe spaces around to protect from fire, but still, in an abandoned area, what do? It's care, it's looking after and following intuition. So, if I share this story with you, what does it do at first? Does it drag you in the same desperation the farmer felt for his animals? Do you feel that you want to protect those animals and just care and overcare perhaps? Do you want to save them? Do you want to take into action? What do you see? How do you act when the heat gets on? What is your instinct? What are you following when the heat gets on? You can just pause and allow another perspective to come in. Like I said, the other episode, just be comfortable with the uncomfortable by taking a pause and just using another aspect of your intuition. What the bisons did was creating a safe circle of neutrality where it was safe on the other side and the heat was on, literally, on the other side. When the heat gets on in people's lives and they are facing difficulties, life threatening situations, illnesses, but also in business, if the heat is on and the results aren't showing the expected outcomes, KPIs are no longer good and the stakeholders are starting to complain. When the heat is on, what do you do? Well, first, I think it's important to check if you are coming from care or overcare and what's the difference. The difference is overcare is trying to fix, is trying to come with an agenda, is trying to create another outcome based from fear. Fear what's to lose, fear from what's possibly destroyed or failing. But genuine care, pure care, doesn't cost any energy. You don't need even to know names, facts and figures, but it opens the portal for true listening, for what's needed, for what's highest, best for all outcome. Maybe that requires another action, but most of all, you need to know what your responsibility is beyond the heat. So, do you dare to pause? Do you create a moment, even a split second, to see what is really needed? Overcare, if you're faced by people with overcare, it drains your energy because when the heat is on, you need all your energy to focus for your outcome, and you don't have the headspace just to look after people's overcare responses. You have enough to handle yourself. So when the heat is on, check where you're coming from. Something what's draining or something what keeps the portal open between the heart and the brain. The true care, genuine care, pure care, clean care, whatever you name it. It doesn't cost you energy. You don't need all the details. It's like holding space for someone you don't even know the name of. So, holding space without an agenda can be life changing. Like the farmer saw, it can be even the unpredicted. Do you dare to stay open to the unpredicted when the heat is on? Maybe if we would look back in this time, social media would pop up a picture of a couple on the beach taking pictures of the fire on the other side of a lake. Entertainment and the media care more about the people missing their holiday and their camping slots than the animals and the areas being destroyed for the people who actually live there. What do you do when the heat gets on? Think about it and choose wisely.